Well, today we're going to talk about Dr. Anthony Fauci, or Fauci, or however you pronounce his name. I guess we're going to go all the way back to 2020, when the COVID started. Actually, 2019, I guess. And I remember going through the whole thing. And right up to the point where the economy got shut down and all of the stuff that happened. But a big thing that happened here in Maine during that time was something that I completely opposed. I wasn't for it. Long story short, a lot of people were upset at other people who did not want to take the vaccine. Now, there are some people that, as you know, they have religious reasons why they don't believe in taking vaccines. Or they just have a personal, I don't want to inject myself with anything. I'll let my own body and my kids too. And then there are other people that feel, well, I've got to have that shot. I've got to have it. And that was the big thing. And for example, I won't mention any names, but right here, there was someone that was close to me that we had a discussion back and forth. And her main concern, of course, was her children. And I can't remember how many kids she had in school at the time. But I know she had at least 2. There may have even been 3. And her concern was, well, I want to be able to send my children to school. But if there are other parents who don't vaccinate their children, then I'm sending my kids to school who have been vaccinated that's going to catch COVID. And yet we were being told at the time, well, if you take the COVID vaccination, it's going to make you immune from the COVID virus. And there was big back and forths over that. And there was big back and forths over this. One group of parents who wanted to protect their children was upset with the parents who were trying to protect their children from the vaccine. These parents over here wanted those kids to be vaccinated so that their children were protected. And these people over here didn't want their children vaccinated because they didn't believe in using vaccines to fight viruses. It was best to do like the herd immunity thing. You catch it, let your body build its own antibodies. It's the best ones and I kind of agreed with them. That's the way you should do it. If you're young people, your immune system is at its peak and it can fight just about everything and anything, that's similar to a COVID virus. Well, then the media started doing this, well, this virus is going to kill people, and which it did. It did. I think worldwide, when everything was said and done, I think it was 8 or 9 million people died from this virus. But we could go on for hours of all of the different aspects that this story took on. I'm going to stay focused on what happened here in the state of Maine. The hoopla got so wound right up that the state of Maine decided to put on a ballot. Do you want to make children have to have vaccines when an emergency comes out like this one was? And it was put on the ballot, and the state of Maine made it so now you have to get a vaccine in order to send your children to school. If you don't believe in taking vaccines and all that stuff, then you got to keep your kid home, because you can't send your kid to school because your kid didn't have a vaccine because you chose them not to. And my big beef on that was, well, if you're putting parents in a position where they have to make their children get vaccinated when they don't believe in vaccines, that's really given the state of Maine way more power than they should have, because I think when it comes to a child, if you are the parent, you have the best decision as to whether a child should have a vaccine or not. And the power that you have to make that decision should not be infringed upon. That's the key thing right there. And yet, the state of Maine passed legislation, and now it's a law. If you have a child here in Maine and your child goes to school, if there's a vaccine that comes out like that COVID vaccine, you are mandated to take it. And if you don't, your child can't go to school. It's as simple as that. And I personally did not like that. I didn't agree with it. Everyone that I spoke with, I emphasized it as strongly as I could. Do not support this. You know, don't give it traction. Don't allow this to happen, because you're literally giving your parental power that you have over your own child. You're giving it to the state of Maine, and you shouldn't be doing that. And to me, that's all they were really trying to do. And now, after all of these years have gone by, and all of the information has come out that COVID wasn't as bad as they said it was in the news. They lied about that. This vaccine that they gave you, my God, how many people have died because of that? I think that probably as many people died from the vaccine as they did from the virus itself. And if they didn't die, how many people now are suffering with lifelong side effects because of that vaccine? Young people that were in their 20s, they were playing sports, and they'd be right in the middle of a soccer game or a football game or a basketball game, and they would just fall right there on the floor or onto the ground. And it all came back to these vaccines. As far as I'm concerned, nothing good came out of this COVID epidemic that we had, and the whole economy got shut down because of it. Kids didn't go to school. There was people that wound up working at home that refused to go back to work when everything started opening up again, and it was okay to get back out and get life back to normal. There was a whole bunch of people, and I think there are even still some right now that are still working to home because they were given the opportunity to during COVID, and once they got home, they didn't want to leave. And some of them are still right there. I don't know if they still got their jobs or not, but but anyways, the whole thing that happened with COVID, in my opinion, and this Dr. Fauci, or however you pronounce his name, and it's all coming out. It's all coming out. His diaries, they're going to be talked about tomorrow morning at 8:30. He's going to be in front of Ron Paul and that committee. He's going to be answering questions. Now, Fauci is not going to get in any trouble. He's not going to. I mean, he's going to have to answer some questions, and I can't wait to hear those answers. That's going to be a circus in itself, if you ask me. I'm going to try to watch it, but I'm probably just going to get bored with it. But I want to hear some of the questions that's asked, and I want to hear his responses. I mean, it's going to be some good entertainment. But he's never going to face any kind of justice. Biden, I just gave him some kind of pardon, and if I'm understanding it correctly, I will do some research today to verify this, but I do believe that he will never, ever face any kind of wrongdoing. My big problem with him was, first and foremost, he lied through the whole epidemic, or pandemic, or whatever the heck it was, and he made a lot of false statements. A lot of people took the vaccine that suffered from it. And the big thing with him was he took funds that were given to that part of the government that he was head of, NIH, National Institute of Health, I think it was called. And he used those funds to fund a lab over in China that created this COVID virus. He helped pay for it. And that right there is something that I would like to see justice brought upon him, but it never will happen because President Biden gave him a pardon just before he ended his term. So we'll have to sit back and wait and see what's going on. But I'm looking forward to that committee hearing tomorrow with him. I'm looking forward to just hear what he says, and I may do a video on it tomorrow, but I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even really that crazy about doing this video on it because this COVID thing and Fauci and all of it, it's all been exposed for what it was. The truth is out about it now. A lot of people got lied to, and I hope that we all learned a big lesson from it. I really do. You know, my opinion, the whole thing was designed to happen exactly the way it was so that the government could use it to control the masses, use a health scare and then scare people and then control them. And that's exactly what they did for about 4 years. The United States was totally under control of the government, and it should never have been. It should never have been. But it was, and there's not much we can do about it except for learn from it. So, okay, come to an end to another video. If you have any comments, please leave the comments below. I had 3 good comments on my last video. It was about Troy Jackson and how my opinion that the Democrats here in Maine, some of them are upset because they didn't get a choice. They have to settle for Troy Jackson. They wanted Graham Plattner, but the elites of the party said, no, you're not going to have him. We're making a decision that you're going to have somebody else. And I had 3 good comments, and I answered each one of them. So I encourage you right now, whenever I put these videos out, if you've got something to say to me, good, bad, or indifferent, I don't care. We'll talk. We will have a conversation in the comments. So don't forget to comment when you want to, and definitely like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. Hit that bell too, so you'll know. I go to work every morning. Right now it's about 5:37. This is usually about the time that I'm making these videos. And by the time I get to work, I've got about an hour or so where I can prepare this video and get it uploaded to YouTube and do all that fancy stuff they want you to do, so that makes your channel grow. And then the video was there for you to see, and I try to do it weekdays, Monday through Friday, 1 video a day. If some big event happens or some big situation or something, I'll definitely make a video ready to work if I have to. So, okay, we'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a good day. We be gone.